Within the depths of the mysterious maw of misery lies a maze of twisty little passages all alike. I don't get that joke. Is that a reference to something?
Just get on with the next bit before we get eaten by a grue.
Liminal spaces that connect storefronts to their service spaces. In search of the unwholesome secrets behind a mysteriously rebuilt video store now harboring unwholesome doppelgangers, the members of a secret society assemble to scrutinize those films which are rumored to drive viewers to madness and dissolution. Draw closer, dear listener. Let your trembling ears sup upon the eldritch knowledge of the Cinemania Society.
We the fellows of the Lenses Hall do convene to judge if this cinema worthy of our esteem, or whether it should cast down worthless hokum. Let us don our friends' judgment.
We the fellows... The story so far. Theorizing that their evil doppelgangers are some kind of clones, our heroes have decided to examine Moon, the crazy clone calamity catastrophe commentary on capitalism from 2009, directed by Duncan Jones. Moon Man Sam Bell has a nasty accident one day, but wakes up fine, only to discover he was in fact left for dead and cloned. Now he has a second self to worry about, a computer that's no help at all and keeps touching him without asking first, and mysterious employers who are hiding something. Oh, and we got trapped in a walk-in fridge while hunting clones, so there's that.
Are we stuck in here?
Who cares? We found it!
Oh boy. Found what?
The clone storage facility, obviously.
There are a lot of suspicious-looking packages all around us.
That's what mass-produced, bulk-quantity fast food ingredients look like.
Or is it what mass-produced bulk-quantity clone parts look like? Huh?
This looks suspiciously like an arm.
That's an unsliced bologna from the sandwich shop.
What about this? This is definitely a head.
Sandwich shop again. That's a ham.
This is undeniably a brain.
Hamburger meat.
This is definitely a penis.
That's salami. And fuck, dude, go see a doctor.
I know they're storing the clones around here somewhere. We just have to look harder.
That's the spirit, Hope. Keep searching.
Oh, just come on. Oh, here it is.
You found a clone?
Nope, I found the booze.
None of the businesses in this food court serve alcohol.
Yeah, but working food service sucks. The employees always have a secret stash to help them relax and keep their customer service faces on. Looks like the crew from the smoothie place has peach schnapps. The ice cream shop employees have some Irish cream. And the sandwich artists have some 120 proof grain alcohol.
You gotta do what you gotta do to get through the day.
Yep, and discretion is key. These all blend really well into what they're already drinking out there, so no one is the wiser. Somebody find me some mixers. I'm making a cocktail.
I got orange juice.
There appears to be coffee over here.
And I have found some of your strange American root beer.
Is it cube root or square root beer?
Woohoo, looks like I'm making 3 cocktails.
While you do that, let's get back to the summary.
Sam, too, is starting to put the pieces together and wonders if they might both be clones. They talk about the little model town they've been making, and Sam 1 admits to not remembering making most of it. Truly, the key to this enigma was Scrimshaw all along. They talk about their wife Tess and daughter Eve before getting another message from Central, which tells the Sams that a rescue mission is coming to fix the broken rover. Sam 1 believes it's going to be his ride home. Sam 2 has some questions about how quickly he arrived on the base after Sam 1's accident. He's sure there must be more clones stored somewhere on the base, since it would be probably the cheapest and best solution for the corporation and its shareholders.
You gotta have the bottom line above all else.
Yeah, Daniel would tell us that if he was here.
Sorry we lost him, but it's all your fault.
Well, I didn't know that he would...
Onwards!
Going beyond me. During his search, Sam 2 insists on looking under the model town, which Sam 1 is obviously opposed to. You don't just mess around with another man's scrimshaw, after all. The two Sams get into a fight, and Sam 1 gets suspiciously more injured than you'd expect for the severity of the fight. Sam 1 finally starts coming around to the idea that something fishy might be going on. When he questions Gertie, the only answer he gets is, "I can only account for what happens on the base." and other sidestepping type answers. He's giving some very Hal vibes. Eventually something breaks and Gertie starts telling Sam 1 the truth. His memory of being in a minor crash on his way to the base 3 years ago was false. He was just being awoken and tested to make sure that he was a functioning clone. Everything he thinks he knows is just a bunch of implanted memories from the original Sam Bell. It's Blade Runner meets Office Space. In space! Sam 2 realizes that what he heard earlier was actually a live conversation between Gertie and Central. Both Sams decide to figure out how they are being blocked from contacting Earth. They take 2 rovers and head out further than they have ever gone before, where they find what the navigation in the rover deems Station 3 and Station 1. Both stations have large antenna/pylon type structures, which they think is what might be jamming the signal. Sam 1 starts vomiting blood into his helmet, but doesn't want to alarm Sam 2 and just says he's heading back to base because he isn't feeling well. This guy is clearly dying. Back at the base, he pukes some more and notices that his teeth are falling out into the toilet.
3 years might not be the contract length as much as the expiration date for each of these guys.
I mean,
Yeah, at this point, it's Blade Runner meets The Fly in space.
oh man. You know, there was an Italian astronaut that almost drowned during a spacewalk just because a little water leaked inside his suit and it was going across his face and his faceplate and stuck on his face and he couldn't do anything about it.
There's no way to move it.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder about vomiting blood in your helmet. I mean, you do a whole Monica Cass of asphyxiating on your own puke in space. Anyways.
From what we've seen, though, it looked like the rovers were pressurized inside. He doesn't have to wear his helmet inside the rover. So if he could get back on the rover pretty quickly, that probably solved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, any little thing kills you out there, man.
Yeah.
Space wants you dead. Space
wants
does
you
not
dead.
like you.
No, it doesn't. Reminds me of someone I dated. Okay. He tries to log into his computer, but his password is no longer accepted. Maybe because he's not the newest Sam. Gertie, for some reason, logs him into something where he can suddenly access archival playback of log entries from all sorts of other Sams. Their final entries are each of them looking very ill and entering a sarcophagus-looking contraption that is supposed to put them into cryosleep for their 3-day journey back to Earth. But when the sarcophagus closes, there's a flash of light. Then the recordings end. Sam 1 goes to check out this contraption. He triggers it to close, watches the pre-recorded message from the Lunar Industries thanking him for his hard work, then stands back. There's that same flash of light, then nothing. That thing isn't taking anyone anywhere except perhaps the glorious halls of Valhalla, or Stovelkor, or the realm of whatever gods they believe in. He starts searching every inch of that room.
It seems like that's the only room he's never really spent much time in, because why would you, right?
Yeah, I mean, that thing's definitely a crematorium. Sam 2 returns and announces that he found 3 more of those jammers, which means they surround the base. Sam 1 is looking pretty rough, but makes his own announcement. He's found the secret area. It makes sense to put it in the going home room, since this is the part of the base he'd never be in. Both Sams go down the ladder into an immense corridor where they find rows and rows of drawers, each containing a Sam clone, complete with fresh accessories, like a warehouse full of Ken dolls. There are also walls full of the same meal containers that they get upstairs.
It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah, you notice
Everything's underground.
You notice, I like this, that they actually had the right amount of drawers. If you look at the little red light next to each one that was open and used, there are exactly 5. And later on you find out when actually there's 6. There's 6, the newest one being the newest Sam that just came out. So there's 6. But if you do the time, 3 times 5 is 15. And later on you find out, 15 years. So it's like, okay. I just like little things like that.
And, well, we don't know that, too, though, because, like he said, they have to check to make sure he's a functioning clone. There may have been some duds, They might have thrown out a couple slugs.
Oh my god, a dud clone. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, but, the map...
Video just usher him into this is our healing sarcophagus. Hey, we're going to send you back to Earth for more tests.
Yeah.
Because she was supposed to be 3. Oh, no, but I guess she was born while I was gone. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she's...
15.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to that part yet.
We don't have to get the math exactly right. But yeah, it's close, yeah.
All right.
Oh my God. I found it. Look. Here's a whole clone.
Whoa, that is suspiciously human body shaped.
Huh. It is.
I shall awaken it.
Here, poke it with this detached penis. I brought it along for poking purposes.
Again, it's a salami, and please put that down.
Here, hand me the penis.
To you.
It doesn't appear to be awakening.
I see no signs of movement at all.
I'm going to get a closer look.
At the penis?
Be careful. Sometimes clones can wake up cranky.
But
It's a dummy.
You don't know that.
Perhaps it's just not functioning at full capacity yet.
Look, not everyone can have a high IQ.
Not an idiot. A real dummy. That's Sensei Steve's dojo dummy.
What is it doing in this clone storage facility?
well, sometimes you can deodorize things by putting them in the fridge or the freezer. And that dummy was pretty stinky.
Fah! It's just a decoy to throw us off the real scent.
Oy. Let's just get back to the summary. Sam 1 nopes out of there and takes the rover out beyond the reach of the signal jammers. The rover finally changes from saying, searching for long-range comms, to signal reestablished. He brought a big-ass heavy-duty laptop and uses it to make a video call, which is answered by a teenage girl. He covers the camera, either so he doesn't spook anyone or because he looks a mess. She confirms that he's called the Bell residence, but when he asks to speak to his wife Tess, the girl lets him know that Tess died some years ago. It turns out this is his daughter Eve, but she's 15, not 3 like she was in the video that he watched just a few days ago. He starts to talk to her like you'd talk to a 3-year-old and asks about Mommy and how she died. Eve shouts for her dad, and we hear another Sam's voice in the background. Sam 1 quickly ends the call and has himself a little mental breakdown. Then he collects himself as much as he can and goes back to the base. Sam 2 puts Sam 1 down for a nap because he's looking about 90% dead at this point. Sam 2 pulls out the laptop and watches the log of Sam 1's call with the Bell residence, then has his own little breakdown. Everyone deserves one once in a while, just for a treat.
Man, this part was pretty heart-wrenching and creepy to me. I mean, when he's just like, how did Mommy die? And, realizing that everything he's seen was just pre-recorded messages. And, I mean, it makes me think, did the original Sam Bell go up there and that's how they got all this? And the company just data mined his entire experience up there? And then when he went home, they just replayed everything? I mean, it does open up some questions.
Then again, if it really was poisoning from radiation, I don't think Sam 1, the original, would have lasted long back on Earth.
Yeah.
And maybe he would have only gone up for a little while. I don't know. And also, it's like, it's one thing to find out that something's wrong with you or something's different with you, but what he was living for, his goal, what was driving him was getting back home to these two people, to Tess and Eve. That was his goal. That's what he was living for. I mean, he's not living for this job. This is just a job. He's doing this for them and to get back.
And then
to find out that that's all a lie.
Then to realize that it looks like Sam did get back because of somebody in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And so it looks like, Sam did return and has lived his life with his family, and the clones have just had no idea all along.
If he ever went to begin with, right?
It's really fucked up. It's really fucked up.
Even if he knew he was a clone, he thought he would go back and just slot back into this life. But knowing that the original is still there, there's no place for him to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, knowing that they don't even know he exists. I mean, that's rough, too.
Well, he doesn't know whether or not they know he exists.
I mean, this is just
That's still a mystery.
This is the Cinemania part where it's like fucking.
We don't know how much the original Sam, I would call him Sam Not, Sam Zero. We don't know how much that Sam knows about any of this. We don't know if he knows he's been cloned. We don't know if he approved being cloned. And even if he did, we don't know if he knows what his clones are doing. He doesn't know if his clones know that they're clones. Like, we don't know any of this.
That's why I was saying, like, the whole data mining, imagine him just doing there and, everything he's doing is recorded. And they just keep all that and had this insidious plan the entire fucking time. I mean,
just make a copy.
But it does show that clones are actually their own people, because what they think of as their life is not really their life.
Well, you see in the recordings and stuff too of the various Sams keep on going into the cremation chamber. They all do look a little different. Like one even has like the whole like mullet hair and just like a mutton stash, mustache.
Yeah.
And they all look a little
one's
different.
Got the castaway look. One's really clean shaven.
Yeah.
Different things happen to have each scenario play out differently.
Yeah, even within their structured script, there is enough variation that the clones seem to be individualized enough that they are their own people.
That's one of the things we'll have to think about if we ever do clone people. Are they their own people? Are they us? Will we clone them fully grown? Will we have to start as babies?
It's the island all
right,
over
this is,
again. Yeah,
okay,
that's so season
back
1.
to the summary. Exactly. While all of this has been going on, the rescue team that was promised earlier is getting closer and closer. We even see a big countdown clock on the wall showing us how long until they arrive. Sam 1 originally thought he'd be going home with them, but he's definitely not thinking that anymore. Sam 2 is a bit clearer mentally and has hatched a plan. He convinces Gertie to awaken another clone, because the rescue team is going to be expecting a body in that busted-ass rover. He also decides that Sam 1 is going back to Earth. He's going in the cargo container that launches the H3 back to Earth. It's going to be a rough ride, but Sam 2 is surely certain that he should probably survive. Maybe.
At this point, he doesn't look like he'd survive a hearty sneeze, much less atmospheric re-entry.
Sam 2 claims he did the math, so Sam 1 trusts him and crawls his half-dead ass right into that cargo container. Then they rethink the order of operations and decide that since he's already mostly dead, Sam 1 should be the one going back to the busted rover, while Sam 2 mails himself back to Earth. The new clone, I guess we'll call him Sam 3, isn't conscious yet, so they don't have to worry about him. Ever the martyr, Gertie volunteers to be rebooted and have his memory erased to protect the Sams. Why that wasn't done after each clone, or at least to the logs that Sam 1 found earlier, is anyone's guess. At the last minute, Sam 2 runs out and frantically fiddles with one of the computers. You gotta have a little bit of suspense and last-minute action, right? He manages to change the path of one of the harvesters and hauls ass back into the cargo container just before the rescue team enters the base. Just before his dying breath, Sam watches the flare of Sam 2 being shot earthward in the cargo container, and we see a harvester plow over one of the interference stations. Inside the base, we see Sam 3 gain consciousness, and a monitor lets us know that live feed is now available. Sam 2 is hooting and hollering as he launches earthward. As we see the cargo container returning to Earth, we hear overlapping radio chatter about Sam 2. According to one of the radio broadcasts, he might actually be Sam 6, testifying to Congress. Lunar Industries' stock is declining, and there are a lot of disparaging remarks about Sam. What happens next is anyone's guess.
That was a very clever move.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like when they kind of leave it up in the air.
I mean, you could believe there's a happy ending, kind of. You could hold that hope in your heart, but let's face it, things are going to be more complicated now.
Yeah, everything's dark and horrible.
I just want to know if, now that he's on Earth, if he's going to live a full life, or if he's still going to expire in 3 years.
That's my question, too.
That I'm curious about, too. That's very curious. Apparently, if we watch Mute, we might learn a little bit about it, but I don't know.
More
I like the fact
human.
that...
Andrew,
I just
what were you saying?
I just like the fact that he had the harvester knock over the interference
tower.
Tower. So now they get all the communication.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to me, like, that's another part where the corporation cutting corners came back to bite them in the ass. Because, like, I'm sure they could have put a lot more. They've already had 4 clones at least, who haven't questioned anything, who haven't had an issue. They jump in their little sarcophagus to head home, and then, no more problem. They could have had the logs uploaded to Earth and erased off the base. They didn't have to be stored on the base. they could have had Gertie's memory wiped every time and start over, so that Gertie has no idea that this isn't something new. They could have done all that, but they didn't feel like they needed to, so they were trying to save a buck and time, Yep. Time is money. They're trying to save a buck by not doing it. And so their penny pinching asses got bit in the ass by their own penny pinching.
We can always hope.
Well, you also noticed that their rescue team, when they went into the rover where Sam 1 was, that guy had a gun. He wasn't playing.
Oh, they were ready to get,
Yeah.
Whether he was dead or not yet, he was going to be dead soon.
That was a hell of a film. You know what it reminded me of?
Alien.
Alien?
Yes, how did you know?
Let's focus on what's most important. It's cold in here.
Let's really focus on what's more important. I think this door is jammed shut.
Let's actually focus on what's most important. There's no one out there to hear us calling for help. We're screwed.
Are you trying to say that we're stuck in a space? One in which no one can hear us scream?
Enough with Alien!
No.
I'll think of something.
Good, that's good. Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Think harder. We're going to end up a bunch of cultsicles.
I'm working on it. It's hard to think on an empty stomach.
Here, do you want to munch on this long, girthy, detached...
Don't say it.
Salami.
You're a salami.
Ow!
The Cinemania Society was written, produced, and performed by Hope Bravo, Andrea Palladino, Zachariah Burks, Ethan Ireland, Andy Slack, and Daniel Scribner. Editing and sound design by Ethan Ireland. Music by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. Incidental music and sound effects courtesy of Epidemic Sound. The Cinemania Society is a work of fiction. Unless otherwise indicated, all the names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidents appearing in this audio play are either the product of the author's imagination or are used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons living, dead, or actual events is purely coincidental and/or part of a work of parody that should not be construed as making statements or allegations of actual fact. All celebrity voices are impersonated unless otherwise stated. The Cinemania Society is available on social media. You can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, or Blue Sky, and our Reddit feed on r/The Cinemania Society, or just email us at thecinemaniasociety.gmail.com. You, yes, you listening right now, please take a second to drop us a line, because not only are we dying for an excuse to do a listener mail episode, we genuinely love to hear from you.